All right, guys, so here I'm just going to go through a little walkthrough of MyFitnessPal and how to use it and everything. So the first thing that we're going to be doing is I'm going to show you how to enter your calories. So you're going to click the bottom right corner of MyFitnessPal that says, more. So first we're going to go to diary here. Then we're going to go to goals. And then we're going to go calorie, carb, protein, and fat goals, right where it says that in the center. And then we're going to just change those manually. This is available even with the free one. So you're just going to plug in the macros I send you. And it might not get them down to a T, but if you're just move the numbers, get them as close as possible as the ones that I send to you, that will be just perfect. So as you can see here, my protein is pretty high. I'm dieting pretty hard right now. But yeah, you're just going to put that in there, and it's that easy to see what that's going to look like. Then I'll go back here, and I'll show you guys a walkthrough. And don't worry about plugging in your food or your exercise. Your exercise or your water or your weight into MyFitnessPal. And if you ever forget, you can just go back, even years in MyFitnessPal, to see, if you forget your macros were, you go back and check it out. You can always click back. So that was from 2 years ago that I just pulled up there, literally that quick. So now we're going to go back. And again, don't worry about putting in your weight, your exercise, your water. It's kind of turning into like a social media app, as you can see here. And don't worry about putting in any of that other stuff, but we can just use it to track just your food is the tool we want to use it for. Kind of gives you so much freedom away from a meal plan using it. So we'll go ahead here, and we're going to click food, and you can add a breakfast, lunch, dinner, or snack. And so then we're just going to scroll through here. As you can see, it's all under my recent food. So all the food I've had, within the last few months for breakfast is stored in here. I have a lot of the same food. So it's pretty easy to find. If you eat the same thing for breakfast, usually it's going to be right in your recent. So we're going to go in here and just start typing in, egg. You can see, you can pair the food, change the servings of it, everything you want to do. Boom, plugs it in. And it adds it all for you. So now we're going to type in the Kodiak cakes, high protein pancakes, have 1 serving. Now it's going to be as you can see, all that food I've had is in here. So you're trying to think, okay, so I'm going to scan in a Powerade, a no-calorie Powerade, and that's pretty cool. Feature has in the top right corner, has a little barcode thing, and when you go to your food, and you can just scan in different things. So at the top right there it is, and also the search engine. And so what we're going to do here is we can, type in anything and also barcode scan it. Restaurants are in it. It's super, super awesome, convenient, and easy to use it. So we can just go in there. If you type in the wrong food, just swipe left, and it can just delete with 1 swipe. So now let's say that you're going to have dinner out with friends, and let's say we're going to go to Oregano's Pizza. So it's first thing in the morning or even the day before. You can go in here and plug it in, and you can plug in like the desired food you want. So if we're going to go there, I know that the thin pizza is usually the most macronutrient friendly. So we're going to just type in a thin crust and, have 2 slices of that thin crust pizza. And it's only going to be 400 calories for my 2100. And then I'm going to go back in there, and we're going to look for the Pizookie. You got to be careful, because a lot of the times if you search for foods, people can go into MyFitnessPal and enter food themselves, and people enter the wrong stuff sometimes. So as you can see, the pizza cookies in here, but let's see what happens. So you see the number of carbs and fat. It's not what I want. I just want to go in here and say I want to have an 1/8 of that Pizookie. So I'm gonna go in here and kind of guess. So it's in here. There's a pizza cookie, which is a Pizookie, and so 1 serving, I'm gonna try to guess. At the table, 1 serving it's probably gonna be about 1/8 of that little pizza cookie. So I'm just gonna go in there and put that in there. If somebody orders it, if they don't, then I'll just have leftover calories for later. but I'm gonna have to change this from one container. Must be the whole tub of the pizza cookie that somebody put in here. Dough, I'm gonna just change it to 51 grams, and one serving of that will be just fine. And then I can see, how many calories I'm gonna be eating, and I have 1,400 left for the day. For my macros right now, this is gonna be really hard to meet all the goals because my protein is super high. So here we're going through here and, kind of logging all of the macros in, and you can check them by clicking on them. So you go to more nutrition goals, and you can click on each macro, and it's going to tell you what you have left for the day. So now I'm going to try to just fill up the rest of my day with really healthy options so I can still hit my protein or close to without going over. So I know I'm going to have a lot of egg whites, low-fat options. Eggs naturally have fat in them, so I'm going to have to eat around that. I'll probably still be able to have my Kodiak pancake in the morning. And then for lunch, it's probably going to have to be low-carb, high-protein, 6 or 8 ounces of chicken breast, and then just go from there. So I'm going to change this, put that in there. And you're kind of building a daily meal plan is what you're doing here. We're going to do salad greens since it's super low carb, low calorie, and my dinner is going to be big. I know I can't have a big lunch or a huge breakfast. So we're just going to go in here and put this in here, have 3 servings of that salad mix. Perfect. And we're going to look for like a low-fat ranch or Caesar. So first we'll look for a Caesar. And I don't know if I'm going to find one. But you can play around with it and see if different kinds, different brands. So I don't see a low-fat Caesar. It's like a lot of mayonnaise pulled up. So I want to go back and I'm going to see if there's a ranch, a fat-free ranch to eat with that salad. And again, I'm going to have to sacrifice a pretty crappy salad for lunch, but I'm going to be able to go to a pizza joint and still fit all my macros. Perfect. Found that fat-free ranch, a package of that, probably going to be like 2 ounces. And then nutrition. So I don't have a lot of fat left for the day. I've got about 60 carbs left. About 70 carbs left to eat. Only 9 grams of fat left. Protein is still low, so I've got about 100 plus grams of protein I got to somehow find to fit in here. So I know I'm going to be having 2 protein shakes as snacks. So I'm going to go in there and put these in now. So I usually have each one with skim milk, which also provides a good amount of protein. And then I'll go in there and, throw in the 2 scoops of protein. So 1 scoop is in each shake is what I typically recommend and what I do. So we're going to go there and check that off. And we're going to see where that puts us. So carbs, 166, fat 44, protein not going to be super high, but it's getting there. It's getting there. Again, this is extreme right now that I'm in, so it might not be the best example for you. Your protein might be easier to hit. So for a snack, I know that I'll probably have a Greek yogurt, the Chobani, I believe, or the Oikos 000 yogurts. Super high protein, no fat in them at all, which is awesome. So I'm going to throw one of those in, then I'm going to go check it again. Not a lot of carbs left, not a lot of fat left, and my protein's still a little bit low. So I probably got to go back and add a little bit to my low-fat protein portions, which won't be very hard to do at all. So we're going to go in here. And we're going to add a scoop because I'm going to do 1.5 scoops now and 1.5 scoops later. And that's going to equal a total of 3, which is going to help my protein out quite a bit. As you can see, we're getting there. And you start getting closer. It's just fine-tuning, really. And this is the beauty of building. Then I'm going to do egg whites, some extra egg whites. This is the beauty of building around the dinner that I want to eat. I still got to keep my friends and go to a social hour and hang out. Without having to worry about compromising other parts of my life. So then we're going to check these guys out here. Carbs, fats, proteins. So, I still got about 214 calories left. So I wonder what would happen if I even added in a little bit more pizza and really went wild, I guess. So we're going to increase chicken at lunch, make sure I get my protein as high as possible. Again, you have to sacrifice some things in order to have the other things, but you're still going to hit your goals, which is absolutely awesome, and that's the goal, right? You don't want to cut all other sources of your life off because you're trying to achieve a certain body. So here we go. 154 calories left. Let's see what else is that oregano's that I could get. Maybe a piece of breadstick, something without a lot of fat in it. Maybe even fit another slice of the thin crust. Let's see here. So if somebody orders a stuffed pizza, let's say I really want to try it, I've never had it, I'm going to have half a slice of that stuffed pizza, which is going to have some fat in there, but a lot of cheese, so some protein too. And look at that. I'm right near my goal by 16 calories. And that's just perfect. So the FDA allows restaurants and menu items to be deviated by 20%. So that's why it's all about consistency, really. That 16 calories could be under, it could be over. But, we're right on track with our goal here. And that's the bigger picture here is we're trying to be consistent every day. So if you hit close to this goal every day for 7 days and you drop weight, we know that the 2130 goal is a deficit because you're losing weight at 2130. If this calorie goal causes you to gain weight, then that means it's too much food for you. Then we need to go in there and lower the amount. And then if you mess up and you put in the wrong food again, you can delete it. And it's that easy to build your own custom meal plan day to day with foods that you like. You see how easy that was. Like, you can literally fit foods that you like in there, and it's going to be day to day. Now, the restaurant items are super awesome. Check mark, you just type in like the chain you're looking for. It's usually have a check mark by it, like Chipotle does here. Has the main menu, the kids menu. You can literally build your bowl before you walk in the restaurant. Check that out. So let's build a burrito here so I can show you the difference in Chipotle itself. So we're going to do the flour tortilla, large, 300 calories that alone. Going to black beans, the fajitas, barbacoa. And then I'll show you the calories in this since I deleted everything else. Boom, 1,005 calories. So half my day's calories are in this one burrito, which is why Chipotle can get dangerous, but it's also very awesome. So almost all my fat, half my carbs are gone, not very much protein. So let's go in there and delete some of these things. Let's delete the tortilla and make this burrito, let's make it into a burrito bowl or a salad style thing. And this is going to be pretty crazy change you're about to see here. So we're going to make it into a salad, throw in the romaine, take out like all of the carbs, but just throw in, our preferred carbs such as black beans and vegetables. And I mean, you could still eat that other one, that big burrito, but it'd be super, super hard. So now we've got 335 calories, and we've got barbacoa, salsa, black beans, fajitas, and lettuce. So we made it into a salad, and it's only 335 calories, and it went from 45 grams of fat to only 8, and that's awesome. It went from like 100 carbs to 34. And so now you can see how the difference can be huge and vast if you aren't like the most cautious on what you're putting in there. So that's definitely something to watch out for when ordering out. And you just go in there, and again, you can just delete it and take your time with it, play around with it. And that's basically the sum of MyFitnessPal. If you have any questions at all when it comes to plugging your information in or your nutrients in, just let me know. It's going to be super easy once you get the hang of it. And you don't have to do this the rest of your life. Like, honestly, it's pretty specific for dieting purposes or gaining weight. But if you have any questions, let me know and we'll work together to help you out.